So today I'd like to actually talk about a little bit of a more different subject, which is online business, the advancements in technology that recently are really changing that landscape, and then the social media marketing and what I see. Um, the changes obviously are impacted by the fast development of the AI technology, so the artificial intelligence and the content generation. So the trends, it's not just me, but anyone who is smart enough and actually doing this professionally for themselves, either making money or analyzing the market, will see what's going on and has actually been going on. This is not something that is new, but now it's exponentially rising and becoming really obvious, even to the people who may have not been paying attention to this before. So there is some kind of more common terminology going around internet, which is called the theory of dead internet. Um, and that one is actually discussing the fact that quite a lot more than half of the internet traffic and the content we see these days is actually generated by automated software. And that means even before what we consider now artificial intelligence, there were services and programs, so software and services that offered people who make money online through search engine optimization, online marketing, and social media marketing, um, have the ability to create content, generate content that is not original. So that means there is a majority of content online, whether it's video, whether it's text, whether it's audio, whether it's advertisements, whether it's just seemingly educative content, how-to articles, articles that compare the products, that compare the services. So they're basically trying to appear as articles that advise you on how to purchase something and how to save your money and how to buy better quality products. That's how it appears on the surface. But in the past good 10 years, so over the past decade and more, I've also been observing a lot of what I would myself call spam content. Some people will say fake content, some people will say low level quality content, which is pretty much the same what spam means to me. So it's targeting a large, wide range of audience. Now, of course, with well optimized content, they will be targeting specific audience and specific clients in order to get as much traffic as possible to specific products or services that they promote. Now, I don't have anything against it. Like, I'm not against marketing. I'm not against online business, of course, because clearly it's a good thing. It provides an income source, an opportunity for an income source for people who don't necessarily fit into the structures of a 9 to 5 job, who don't necessarily fit into the daily structures of society, whatever it is. So there's a lot of creativity around there. There's a lot of content providers which really provide great content, educative content, and they need to be able to survive as well. So they use the online marketing techniques and online marketing methods to promote even their own business and their own content, and also promote whatever they sell with it. So a lot of merchandise goes with that, because nowadays, just purely by generating content alone, I don't think large majority of people are able to actually survive by that, because there is really such a huge space of content that is generated out there, even by the people, that is overwhelming for any other regular users to really find the content, and then find the value in it. Because a lot of people will tend to speak about the same subject, maybe even say exactly the same things, because they tend to try and talk in the best and most efficient manner for their business, as opposed to being more original and telling their story. Yep. So for many years, I followed around and studied and listened to many of the really successful people like Grant Cardone, Gary Vaynerchuk, then many of even the types of the billionaires that I wouldn't agree with myself, which is, for example, Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates or yeah, BT, for example. So the point is that regardless of what people do, whether I agree with them or not, if they are successful at what they're doing, I'm gonna see what they did to get there. Yeah? So what was their method? What was their lifestyle? What was their thought process? What's their mindset like, and all of this kind of stuff. So the problem these days with the AI, as I see it, because there is a huge amount of, there's also a very huge shift. I see that, for example, in the early 2000s or a bit later, so somewhere around 2010 and earlier, blogging became extremely popular, and it was probably one of the best ways to make money online. Then YouTube suddenly became very popular, and the rest of the social media like Facebook, Instagram. So the more popular this stuff has become, the more of the content that is basically really just copied one from another, redesigned, repackaged, reworded, and then optimized so it reaches as many people as possible based on the keywords that they use, based on their behavior, based on the websites that they visit. Because obviously, it's not worth spending, market yourself and market your business to a million people without ever, with no goal and no optimization, because it will be just an expense. So even the so-called spam content has to be well done. It is hard work. It does involve, I mean, these people have to make it hard to succeed, even in these not so honest techniques of approaching content generation. So I do admire, because there's a lot to learn from them, because and the efficiency and the strategies that they use are extremely well done, and they are the best analytics and the best psychologists and the best neuromarketers, for example, because they really have to understand what people want, what people like to see the most, what people like to hear the most, and they are able to analyze those needs and discover the customers, or the customer's pain. So that's why they are able to use, or in a sense also abuse, the people's current situation and needs that need to be fulfilled only and purely for profit. So this is where this goes into a little bit negative side, because out of millions of products, websites, and services, and people sharing seemingly useful and good tips with you, as soon as you look into their business side, you will find 1 to 5% at the maximum that are actually focused on serving you as a customer. Because nobody actually can do something completely for free. That's quite clear. We all have to live, we all have to pay the bills, we all have to pay for food on our table. But there's a difference between paying, I would say, even as much as $10 for an ebook that was entirely scraped and copied off of the content that is also very often just for free online if you look well enough, and then being sold to you for cheap, or even you got it for free, but you had to give up some of your personal information, and then you end up receiving a ton of useless emails from just marketing. And as you know well yourself, probably, a lot of stuff that you will never use, even if you paid for it. It's not good, it's not useful, and it's just a waste of time. And then this basically is the problem, right? And now we all know the problem, we can all see the problem. So what I'm thinking, what to do, like what you can do as a user, for example. Clearly, most of the algorithms these days are very focused on engagement and somewhat on the rating the next. So regardless of how well the content is optimized these days in terms of the search engine optimization, keyword optimization, all of those things, that means that you will see the content that is not very useful, it's not good quality. And you will end up clicking on it, because we all do. There's a lot of clickbait articles, there's a lot of clickbait titles, If I take, for example, YouTube as a platform, there's a lot of videos that are almost identical one to another, but you're going to end up clicking on those that have better titles and better thumbnails more often because they know how to attract your attention and then grab it beyond the 10 seconds. So the point what we can do as users is give those videos thumbs down and don't comment on them, don't share them, and simply avoid giving them attention. So if you see a channel, for example, popping up on your feed non-stop, and you know you don't like it, right click or wherever, click on the three dots or these things, and then simply hide it from your feed. So you are still in charge of filtering what kind of content will come to you. So you are still in charge of your own social media user interface, one way or another. For example, if I really don't like something on Facebook, whether it's a page, whether it's a group, whether it's a person, when they're posting stuff that really does not appeal to me, it's completely off. And it's not about being the type of the cancel culture that I speak against, but it's just useless. And it might not even be, for my own mind and subconscious, it might not have a positive effect. In best cases, I will unfollow those people. I will still remain their friends. I will still remain connected with them on a personal level because maybe they are good people, but they just share stuff that is complete and utter nonsense. So I will unfollow them and I will hide what they share. In the worst cases, I will just block it. I will block the page, I'll block the person, and that's it. Yeah, because it makes simple sense. So this is how I control what content I see, and not because I want to stay in my little bubble of where I want to be and only feed myself with a bias. Because I definitely go and research different perspectives and different outlooks on pretty much everything I look into. But the point is that I'm keeping quality from those sides. Even if somebody is from an opposing view, I want that to be a well-articulated, well-researched, and really good, meritable content. So something that can be credible, because that can also teach me a lot, even if I don't agree with it. It can still teach me a lot. If nothing else, I will know how those people think. I will understand their beliefs. I will understand their reasons and motives why they do so. And I will be able to respond to those things better in a more mannered, more concise, more articulated, argumentative way, which does not create a conflict. So, having said that, this is how users can control, and we can control what is feeding our minds. That's one. And then the other thing would be, which is more like a technological solution to consider for those who are clearly involved in development of the platforms, the search engines, and so forth. Although I don't expect any of those people to listen to these ideas of mine, maybe not yet, or maybe never in the future. However, I will put it out there just for the sake of having said it. What I think would be really good to measure, instead of just the quality of the keyword and search engine and other optimizations of the social media marketing and everything as a whole, is where actually the live and real user base, that means recognizably proper human users, are living, not just engaging, but also good quality feedback. So where we are recognizing that the quality is good and it's useful for us, that would have been ranking up much higher than all the rest of the content and shit content, if we put it really simply that way, which clearly is overtaking the space with exponential speed. So at the end of the day, as much as all of the media and internet and everything is really just pushed onto us, however we may seem inundated and overloaded with information, we are the ones that can control and create a little shield around ourselves with knowledge and a little bit more persistence to make sure that the robots, or in that case copycat content from the internet bots, is not going to be successful long term, and that we can keep the internet actually as a very useful, informative, and an open space tool and network for ourselves in order to continue to grow, learn more, be better, do better business, find good services, find good products, and of course, also be able to live from the internet itself and what it provides to us, and together with the AI tools. I definitely am not against using them. I made a couple of videos with AI tools myself. So I used the different voice I generated some text with the AI, and then I generated the clips and all these things. And the video editing, even of this video alone, is helping me because I don't have to do, I know how to do green screen. I know how to do all of these things, but that requires budget and it requires a very strong PC. But nowadays we have a real good program, which is called CapCut. You record yourself, you do an automatic cutout, and then my background is gone. It's not that I want to hide it, but it just kind of, to me, even though it's very sloppy, it looks cooler than looking at my massive boat behind me. So having said that, I will use AI tools to help me generate content and generate images and thumbnails and titles in the video and some ideas for the brainstorming of the content. But myself, I'm definitely committed to being original and being myself. Because at the end of the day, it might take me a very long time to have any success with any of this. And I'm not doing this exclusively to make money, although I wish so. But I'm doing this to actually connect with people, share my ideas, share my views, get the feedback, and then see what happens. And obviously, I have some critical views on the modern age, modern tools, and modern technology, although myself, I am deeply involved in the development of those technologies in the past and even today. Because I use them myself, which means I contribute and I equally give my attention and focus to the same tools where the people who generate the spam content and the low quality content and keep bombarding us with crap online are also using. Good thing is, people like me learn how to use these tools for free because there's loads of them that you can use for free, and then you don't end up making so much content as they do, because if you want to bump out a few thousand articles within a couple of days, you will have to spend some money for those tools. I don't. I'm using them just for the basic stuff that I need to make my life easier, and that's how it should be. Of course, I also, for the sake of giving those people that created these tools an opportunity to make money for themselves and succeed in their own life, I definitely will, at the point when I'm able to and can afford to pay for that many tools, I'll pay for those that are really the best for me. But having said that, I personally will not ever in my life create an automated, faceless YouTube channel to make money. If I would create one, it would be so that there is content that doesn't require my own personal input, but can be helpful. Whether it's motivational content, whether it's educational content in a sense of how to do tips and all of these things. But there is so much of it that I don't think that requires my specific input other than the one that I'm already providing here. So that's definitely my promise. I will never in my life create, share, and deliver spam and shit to anyone. I do promise that whatever comes from me and through me will be also thoroughly verified and tested by me first. Because if I'm not happy, I'm pretty sure that other people will not be happy with what I'm sharing. If, let's say, in case of me ever suggesting any kind of product or a service to you. So that means even the tools that I'm mentioning now in these videos, like which video editing tool to use, what software to use to generate that voice that I used in other videos. Yeah, I can easily say so because they're good and they're very useful. And like I said, for the most part, what you need, they're for free. So I'm not making any money out of recommending them to you. And even when I do, it's going to be 100% made sure by myself personally that you will have good use of those things. And it's not just the money here. So, and I believe that this is what every entrepreneur, every businessman, every person trying to make money for themselves should be aiming for. Giving good quality first. Quality over quantity. The best and the most successful people are always saying that it's going to take time, it's going to take effort, it's hard. But the rewards are ultimately much better because someone who keeps spamming will now use AI tools, spend a lot of money. They can make 10 to 20 or more $1,000 per day easily, but they will make that for a very short term in their life because this is a trend. And when the trend starts losing attention and the market becomes oversaturated with tons of other people doing exactly the same thing, that's when their profit is going to start diminishing really quickly. And they have no perspective quick enough on what to do next unless they keep really aggressively approaching what is the next best thing for them to make money. And again, what do you think most of these people are doing? when they're selling you the tools that you're buying from them now, they are already looking what is the next best thing that the market doesn't know yet. They are really burning themselves out, in my opinion, the way they work, because it's actual consistency, quality, determination, dedication, and real proper service that makes a business and your life sustainable, where regardless of what comes on the outside, you still follow your own goal, you still follow yourself, and actually manifest what you want. That's how it's done. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy others to come. Thanks for watching. Please do give me a like and subscribe. I don't like repeating what others do, but clearly that is something that will help me and the channel, because I do want to grow and I want to help more people with the knowledge. I want to help more people with views that I share, because it's not all about life and love and relationships, but there's a lot more. I'm really experienced. I'm quite well educated on many subjects. So let's hope I will see you again. And please give me a feedback if you enjoyed it. Give me a feedback if you didn't. I appreciate both the same. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.